Where is everybody? Oh, here we come. Here we go. Good morning. I'm Claire Louise Hyde from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. It's Wednesday, hump day. I got my days mixed up. I kept on feeling like it was weekend yesterday. I'm a bit confused with the days. How is everyone today? Are you good? I am. So, I'm going to be pulling cards out for the collective as usual. Let's see what the guides want to tell us about today, or teach us about today, or just let us know about the energies. And I'm also going to be giving mini reads as well. If you're interested in a mini read and you're here live with me instead of watching the replay, then just check out the pinned comment. The comment that's pinned up top of the live chat tells you how to do the mini reads. There's a PayPal link in that pinned comment. You can donate with that. You can also use Super Chat or Super Sticker as well if that's easier for you here on YouTube. Not my preferred method, but there you go. And if you've got a question for your higher self, put a capital Q at the start of your comment just so that I can find it within the chat comments more easily. So, some cards for the collective first of all. Watch and listen carefully. Pay attention, class. I don't think it's so much about paying attention to me, watching and listening to me carefully. I think it's more about what's going on around you. Pay attention to what people are actually saying, instead of what you think they might be meaning from what they're saying. You know how we do that? Watch and listen carefully. People reveal themselves, you know. If we pay attention to what they're actually saying, who they're being, and all of that. What's going on here? The shells are moving off the table. Okay, we're safe. Yeah, people reveal themselves if we pay attention, and if we don't start telling ourselves another story about what it is that they are saying or doing. We've got a lot of projection going on, and so someone does something or says something, and we kind of put ourselves in their shoes, and we go, oh, well, if I were to have said that, I would have meant this by it. Or if I was to have done that thing, I would have meant this by it. And we're all so very different. And we can really get ourselves into trouble by doing that. We can really hurt ourselves because we can make it out that people done things on purpose when they haven't, you know, because their purposes are different. Especially if we've been wounded. Because people that aren't wounded, they don't think as much about everything. Those of us that are wounded tend to overthink everything and put a lot of meaning onto a lot of things. Got the patience card here. You might need to have patience with people as they reveal themselves. There's nobody in here with me, seriously. Am I doing this show to myself today? No, it's 4 people. Wow, it's so quiet. My YouTube channel is really tanking lately. I don't know why YouTube isn't showing people my videos. Why the hell not? It's weird. What is it? I see other people starting YouTube channels and like within a year they've got way more subscribers. They're just not showing people my videos. Oh, I got the right people anyway because my business is big from it. But still, wonder what that's all about. Hi, Intuitive Sites. Join us in our Facebook community, by the way. There's a link for it if you're on Facebook. Should we get some tarot? Yes, let's do that. Tarot for the collective. So we're watching and listening carefully, paying close attention to what people are doing and saying, and not trying, being patient with them, but not trying to project ourselves and what we would have done or said in that situation, or what we would have meant by it if we'd have done or said what they said. 8 of Pentacles, things are paying off now. The work that you've been putting in, starting to pay off now. Thank you, Caitlin. You know, and this is, this can be inner work, it can be outer work too. This could be something that we've been working toward, or inner work that we've done. Inner work does pay off. Like every it's hard to go through the inner work when we're going through those lessons and stuff like that, and when we're healing ourselves, but there is always a reward at the end of each of those stages. I've found there's always been a reward, so maybe that's what it's about here. I got it. If you're Caitlin, I got it. Okay, what else have we got? Our hard work is paying off. Well, it doesn't have to be hard, in fact. Page of Pentacles. Something coming in here. There's some messages coming in. Page of Pentacles. The start of something new, or news of something new. Getting to hear about something. Interesting. The energy update today was about kind of trouble in relationships, but it's not trouble in relationships. There's a very clear message, and I've had that message before, recently, that we're not responsible for what has gone before us. Say you're getting into a relationship. You're not responsible. Getting into that relationship doesn't make you responsible for all of their previous relationships or their previous relationship, kind of thing. Everybody's life is their own responsibility, and especially the past. It doesn't involve us, right? The present involves us, the past doesn't involve us. You see, what I'm getting from this card, the Page of Pentacles, is pages that are news bearers. They're bringing news, they're hearing about something. And it's something tangible, down to earth, pentacles, something that is real, as in it's not talk, it's something that's happened, or it's something that has been built, kind of thing. Yeah, just ask a question. Put a capital Q at the start of your comment. Hey, Maria. Of your question, so that I can find it easily. Page of Pentacles. Hearing news about something. Knight of Wands. Passionate, exciting, really getting things going. Hearing news that will really get things going. Something's happened. Hearing news that something's happened. Not just like someone likes you. This is like someone likes you and they have... And they're coming to see you, you know? It's an actual tangible thing like that. There's been some action taken here, and it's exciting. I can't help but link this to the energy update today. The energy update today. Which was all about a relationship causing trouble. If you haven't checked that out, check it out on my YouTube channel. Because there can be a bit of that projection, right? When we get into a new relationship. Some people can try to blame previous relationships on the current relationship, which is never true, right? A relationship is between two people. If something has gone wrong, it's gone wrong between those two people. It's not got anything to do with anyone else. Now, I'm not saying that other people don't cause trouble. But what I'm saying is, when somebody has left one relationship and they're starting a new relationship, that new relationship has got nothing to do with the old relationship. I'm not responsible for the old relationship. Eight of Swords. But there might be a hell of a lot of projection here, because the Eight of Swords means that you're like trapped. You're feeling trapped, but it's only in your mind that you're trapped. So it's a concept that's trapping you, or a belief that's trapping you, making you feel like there's nothing you can do. But you see, that cage is open. There is something she can do. She can just stand up and get out. But she's not doing that because she feels like she is bound by something, restricted by something. Eight of Swords. So it seems like it's go time for something, but we're feeling restricted, and it might be because of other people's opinions about the past and how you're now responsible for that, which you're not. There's more on this. So there's a real lack of major arcana here today. A noticeable lack of major arcana. Ten of Pentacles, the happily ever after that. This is all the tangibles. This is living with somebody, having a family with somebody. Yeah, there's very practical things in the energies around now. Practical things that need sorting out. Now we do have a new moon, which is in the early hours of tomorrow morning. Me. Oh yeah, sorry. Thanks, Maria. Ten of Pentacles. The tangibles. Building something together. It's tricky. It's tricky energies. But hopefully the guides are going to go more into this and about how to handle it too, because there could be all kinds of opinions, and I think that's what it is, all kinds of opinions about what's going on in our lives, but it's not about us, it's about other people's past, or maybe even our past. Intuitive Excite. I don't have a start date and a mortgage, so I'm a little scared. I know it's coming, but like confirmation. Oh, it's kind of a question. Kind of a question. Something about a house, though. I want confirmation. Is it coming? You don't have a start date. Have a mortgage. It's just like, have you put half a question in there? Did you put a first? Is there a phase 2 to that question? And I only get to see the second part because all I see is I don't have a start date. As if you've already told me something about that. Is this about a new job? I'm guessing, anyway. Confirmation. Can we have confirmation? No. Why can't we have confirmation? Yeah. Question got cut off. Oop. My little tarot cards. I'll leave them there. Hey, Jessica. Morning, Jazz. Now everyone's showing up. Why is everyone late? It's obviously about a new job. Yeah, okay. Give me the full question. It's probably easier than me trying to guess. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes, like, you put your comment in and it shows up for you. It doesn't show up for anyone else, so it doesn't get through. Meanwhile, I'll do some Lenormand cards for the collective. Choices. We have some choices. I bet the ship card's going to come out next. Because this morning, I started shuffling these before I'd asked a question. No, it's the stork and the whip. Uh-oh. Start of something new. But there's trouble. Mountain and a ring. So we're talking about a commitment that's been long in coming here. Mountain. And book. Doing things by the book. We have a ladder. That's like page again. And tree and house, a tree house. Okay, so these cards are telling us we've got a choice to make about a new beginning here, something starting off. because the stalk is about like the birth of something new. It's the start of a new journey, a new adventure kind of thing. Got a choice to make, whether we get into that or not. Why? Why the choice? Because birth is something new. It sounds really good, doesn't it? Well, whips, that's not so good. That's trouble. That's trouble right there. And so we get to choose, do we want to get into this? Like, it comes with trouble. It's something that you want, a stalk, new baby. But it's going to cry. It's going to give you sleepless nights. It's going to poop itself. You know? There's always the flip side. There's always gift and equal measure of challenge with everything in life. I think we're talking about a relationship here that comes with some trouble. But the choice is yours, whether you get into it or not. It is yours. You don't have to. You're not obliged. You're not compelled to do this. You don't have to choose. You get to, like, you don't have to choose to put up with that crap. You can, yeah, it's up to you whether you get into this or not. And that's not saying if you choose to get into this relationship, there's some trouble that comes with it. You just have to put up with all of that. It's not saying that. You don't have to put up with it either. You can deal with it in your own way. Anyway, it's taken a lot to get here a mountain and to this commitment because of doing things by the book, doing things the right way. So there could be there could have been a big weight about this. We've had patience, right? Watch and listen carefully. So there's some news coming in later. And the tree, what's the tree again? Is that community? I always forget what the tree is. Health, vitality, well-being, stewardship, ecology, fertility. A single act of kindness throws out roots in all directions, and the roots spring up and make new trees, says Amelia Earhart. The lush green tree exudes health and vitality. This tree of life card reminds us that the closer our connections to nature, the more we nurture our physical and spiritual well-being. With its roots deep in the earth and its branches reaching for the heavens, the Lenormand tree illustrates the vital connections between all the elements and all living things. The tree symbolizes humanity's long-term responsibility for stewardship of the environment. Yeah, we're not doing very well at that at the moment, are we? Well, one particular dictator seems to be causing a lot of trouble right now. The tree teaches us that actions we take today and the choices we make have long-term ramifications. Right. The choices we make have long-term ramifications. There it is, right there. When we nurture ourselves and deepen our relationships, the benefits will be widespread. When we nurture ourselves, when we do the self-love thing and deepen our relationships, the benefits will be widespread. This choice that we're making, it has long-term implications. Not just short-term trouble implications, maybe long-term trouble implications. Then we've got the house. So we're getting news about a decision that needs to be made from self-love, about a house, about where you're living. And then if we read them down, we've got a choice, a long-term choice when a message comes in. Now, in the energy update, I was picking up on this energy. Someone might be pushing you for an answer or pushing you to take sides, and you might not want to do that. You might want to put the answer off. You might not want to be pressurized into giving an answer today, anyway. Because there's a lot to think about here, especially with what they're saying now, is that this trouble, this whips here, which is like punishment. It's, it's retribution, isn't it? Let me read whips out because it's not good. Not a good thing. Repetition of the same thought, physical action develops into a habit, which repeated frequently enough becomes an automatic reflex, says Norman Vincent Peale. This card showing a whip and a birch rod has multiple interpretations, some negative and some positive. Whatever situation being referenced by this card, things are happening in a repetitive, ongoing manner, round and round in circles. This whip card often relates to communications, may involve arguments, banter, negotiations, prayer, mantras, incessant nagging, criticism, or bickering, going round and round in circles. A conversation that goes round and round in circles. This card is sometimes interpreted as indicating physical punishment or violence or abuse of power, but its more general meaning is any action that occurs regularly, repeatedly, or ritualistically. So it could refer to exercise, training, dancing, sports, cleaning, hobbies, practice, habits, sex, or any repetitive routines. This card is also a reminder to sweep away harmful behavior. Okay. So, repetitive trouble is what I'm getting from that. Comes with this exciting new start, and it is Knight of Wands. It's exciting. The news is good, but it does come with some crap. Anyway, we've got a choice to make. It has long-term ramifications. This birth of something new, are you going to commit to it or not? Is it healthy for you? Is it healthy for you in the long term? Is this a good thing for you? Because it's going to be a mixture of gift and challenge. And this time around, you might be watching and listening carefully and seeing those challenges up front, not deluding yourself, rose-tinted spectacles kind of, no, this is just perfect. It's going to be more self-evident, the reality of this situation, because there's repetitive lessons about your house, your home, where you live, repetitive lessons about that. And so think on your previous relationships and what you did. Did you commit too soon? Did you move in too soon? That kind of thing. Repetitive lessons here. That's interesting. So for some, you're going to choose to get into this relationship and it's going to come with trouble. But you're going to do it anyway because it's going to be worth it for you. It's going to be the self-loving decision for you to go for it. Some people, not so much. Some people, it's like a repeat of a lesson and it's going to get you into the same trouble as it got you in before. And it feels like it's about committing too soon. I think that's why we've got the patience card. I think that's why I was told in the energy update, don't be pressurized into making a decision or taking sides today. Well, that's what we're talking about today. So continue watching if that interests you. Okay, sorry. Let's get into these minis then. I think we've got a question now. I think they've been guiding. Oh, that's Jessica. You quit your first one without a start date. Okay, you're waiting for a background check to finish for your job. I quit my first one without a start date. Okay, I have a mortgage. Wondering if the news of the job coming will come soon. Will it come soon? Well, you had to know straight away. But let's find that out. Now I've got more clarity on the question. Will that news of this job come soon? No, it's still a no. Okay. Why? Why not soon? Now, when we have worry like this, it's not the best manifestation of energy. So sometimes we can make decisions that put us in that state of worry, like jumping the ship too soon, that we just can't manifest very good from that, because a state of worry, we don't get clear guidance in that state of worry, because we only have access to things that are upsetting, that are troubling. Our thoughts go there when we're worried. So I would say that the most important thing for you to do now is, now you've got yourself into this situation, learn from it. Sure, you might say, this isn't ideal. I should maybe have waited to jump ship. But, don't beat yourself up for that. You've done it now. So best to make the best out of a bad situation here and calm yourself down. How can you do that? You need to stop worrying. You really need to stop worrying right now. Be with nature and healing. So you're getting some time to yourself. If there's a bigger picture for this, it's to give you some time to be with nature and to heal yourself. So I feel like you didn't really go that wrong in giving the job up too soon. I feel like from a muggle perspective, yes, you did do the wrong thing, but a muggle perspective is just thinking about the money and the stability, right? Not thinking about the bigger picture. And this is about the bigger picture. This is about, like with relationships, ideally we have a gap between relationships, don't we? We finish one relationship, we have some time by ourselves to get clarity, to let go and all of that, to decide what it is we want next. And then we start pursuing a new relationship and get into a new relationship. Otherwise, it's rebounding and it's not very healthy. Now, that is healthy behavior, and it is with everything, and it is with jobs too. But the way that we've set things up in the muggle world isn't conducive to this having a break in between. Yes, maybe in between relationships, but not so much in between jobs. And you have done the right thing. You're not going to hear about it soon. This is why, because you need this time for yourself. You need this time for yourself to heal. So it feels to me like it's almost like your higher self orchestrated this situation for you to end up getting stressed so that you start putting yourself first and your feelings first. Because the energy is really reminding me of when I'd maxed out my credit card and my rent was due and I couldn't pay it. I didn't have the money to pay it. And I was freaking myself out. And I was imagining that everyone here at the resort knew about it, knew that I'd not paid, and were kind of judging me and were ready to kick me out and all of that. And I was really stressing myself out. And I realized how much I was stressing myself out. And then I thought, no amount of money is worth this. I am way more precious than these bills, than money, and all of that. Why am I terrorizing myself like this? And so what I did is I just stopped. And I got out into nature, just like your card is saying. I went in the swimming pool, and I watched the birds, and I watched the dragonflies, and I breathed. And I recognized that my well-being, my emotional well-being is my number one priority, and that I wasn't going to think about or worry about it or try and get business in or anything about the money, because that's what was terrorizing me. And I just calmed right down by doing that. And started enjoying the day, looking about me going, this is beautiful. Look, I'm in this beautiful place. And there I was in my head, like really worried and all of that. And then from that calm place, I'm trying to remember what happened. From that calm place, there was a couple of things that came through from that. It wasn't immediately. There was an idea about business stuff, and that was my bigger card reads and my deeper dives. The idea came from once I got into a place of calm. So there was that came through, but not immediately, because I remember starting to really enjoy the just looking after myself thing, and I would get up in the morning and go straight to the pool, and the day was just about me instead of the struggle anymore. And yeah, so that was some clarity that I got from that. But there was also something else that happened. I don't know if it was an idea that I got, but I went to go and talk to them. I went to the reception and went to talk to them about it once I was no longer freaking out about it. And I said, sorry, I've not paid the rent yet. It's coming soon. And they said, they looked at the computer screen. Oh, have you not paid it yet? And we didn't realise. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. You got another month. And from that place of calm, took all of the pressure off me. All of the pressure was gone then. They were giving me reprieve. So it took me to that next level. You see, we can only get access to the vibration that we're being. So when I was terrorizing myself, I could only have access to thoughts that in my business would only make me less money or keep me terrorized, like, doing a sale, like doing a half price sale on my private readings and then no one booking in for it, even though I did that. That terrorized me, that kind of stuff. But they were the only thoughts that I had access to. But when I got into this, I am more important than anything, and I'm going to spend my time in the pool and enjoying each day just for me, and so I feel better. I had access to very different thoughts and very different outcomes as well from people. So that's the importance of it. But I think your higher self has set you up to be taking better care of yourself like this. So it feels like you've been in a low level frenetic state all the time, this muggle state of come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And you're not realizing how terrorized you are by your state of mind. And so your higher self has put you in this position to really terrorize you in a way, so that you get to this point where you really nip it in the bud and go, I have got to stop doing this to myself. So if you haven't reached that point yet, you might do. Travel, love what is. Yeah. Go and do something nice for yourself. I mean, it's easy here. I live on a tropical island, so I could go down the beach. You know, there's plenty of things to do. Really nice things to do. Do nice things for yourself. So that's the reason it's not coming soon, your job thing, because you need that break. So there you go. Wow. Big times for you. Jessica, I didn't get an email anyway, but I'm noticing that I'm not getting all of the emails through from PayPal at the moment. I'll just check in. Sorry, Jessica name there. Yeah, Caitlin, Jessica. Jessica, thank you for your donation. Jessica, I think they've been guiding me to walk away from the situation. I've been waiting on the last year and a half. Should Jessica be walking away from this situation, this last year and a half situation? No, not yet. What does Jessica need to know about that? Guidance and soften and open. Okay, so you're getting the guidance to give up on it, and then something pulls you back in. Then you get the guidance that it's on again, don't you? Flip-flopping back and forth. It's like, what the hell is my higher self doing? 1 minute I'm really feeling that my guidance is saying to let go. Next minute it's drawing me back in, saying be soft and open. What the hell is going on? Why is that flip-floppy energy going on for Jessica? Okay, for growth. For your growth, to release guilt. So it's your energy that's push. It's your energy that's the push energy. Each time you get the guidance to let go, it feels better to you, because when you let go, the guilt is gone then. Then you get the guidance, no, you should be in this situation. Pulls you back in, then the guilt joins you again. So this is a situation where you feel overly responsible. Maybe it's got something to do with those energies I was talking about, Jessica, today, or around this time of the you're not responsible for someone's past. It could be that. Hi, Timothy. Hello, varying Redbeard. Growth. Does that make sense, Jessica? So when you get the guidance to let go, you feel relieved, because it's actually the relief of the guilt that you're feeling. And then when you get the guidance not to open up to them again, it makes you feel guilty. So it's your energy that is pulling you back in to release that. Hello, Brain. Thank you. Oh, I've got your email now, Jessica. Connie, I've got one from you as well. Thank you for your donations. Hello, Connie. Maria, today I've organised for my flat to be valued. Oh, have I done the right thing? You're aware of the challenges you'll have to endure. Have you done the right thing though? Maria, has Maria done the right thing? No. Why? Why? Maybe because your energy isn't clear first. Yeah, whenever we like take action like that, when we're still a bit scared, it's not really the best. Hey, Mandy. What year is this persistent communicate, Maria? Don't you want to tell them about it? What are the challenges here? You're aware of the challenges. What are they? Something to do with communication and not telling someone about it. Trying to sell it. Is there something up with it and you don't want them to find out? Or something up with the situation? Yeah, it's these challenges that you're talking about. You're not wanting to come clean about it or about something. About the situation you're in or something like that. Careful. Like with my example. Once I got to the point where I was happy with myself, even though I didn't have the money, I was able to go to reception and say, sorry, I've not paid the rent. I will soon. But before that, I couldn't have done that because I was like, oh no, like they're hating on me. I literally thought all of the staff knew, like as if any of the staff know. Even the reception staff didn't know. They're not looking, they weren't monitoring it. They weren't monitoring me. They didn't have worries about me. All my worry was about myself. So while you have this dread of the challenges, you've got a similar kind of thing going on. Follow my knowing lovers. Something about something about getting a place by yourself, but you're not really wanting a place by yourself. You want the relationship first, or something like that. Your intuition's right about that, but your energy isn't clear and in the right place to get that yet. So it's like you're trying to push the universe into something to get in your own way. It's complicated energy. This feels to me like you're pushing forward when you're not in alignment yet. Something to do with maybe wanting to live with somebody. Yeah, maybe you're not. Timothy's talking to bots again. I hope that makes sense to you anyway, Maria. The guidance there would be to get clearer in your energy first, get to the bottom of your motivations to take action. Connie, higher guidance with this new moon. What good's coming to you? This new moon, right at the end of the astrological year. New moon readings are available, by the way, on behealing.com. $30 off. Honey. Ooh, create time alone. You time. Yeah. Kind of a full moon feeling about this, letting go of things so that you've got more you time, more time for you. Nice. It feels like you need to take action on that as well to create that alone time, more time for you to do nice things. Abundance and work. Oh wow. So yeah, you've got a new, like I was saying, this it's the end of the astrological year. So we're going to see chapter endings, beginnings going on right now around this time. And the exciting stuff, of course, starting with Aries, the Aries season. So much more abundance, but it needs to come from that you creating more time for yourself. So you having more time for yourself, creating more time for yourself, then a work thing is going to set off. It's not going to come from, remember, the universe doesn't want us to wear ourselves out. So it's not going to heap lots of things on our plate if we've already got a lot on our plate too. It will come from the space, the void. So when you give yourself space, yeah, it will come in. It will cause arguments with my kids. It will mean pressure on my son moving into his own place. Get yourself clear first, Maria. Yeah, that'll be that communication thing then, yeah, with your kids. Yeah. It's complicated, isn't it? Life. Thanks for everyone's donations. If anyone else wants a mini read, then you know what to do. Check out that pinned comment up top. And let's get on with some more tarot for the collective while those are coming in. Batch them all up. I got my little mini tarot out to clarify private readings yesterday. I haven't used this classic tarot for a while. Maybe I'll use it today. Now, soon, for clarification on some things here. Let's do some Book of Shadows tarot and find out more about this. Paying close attention at the moment because we've got an important decision to make, and it's a long, it has long-term ramifications, this decision we're making right now. Might feel like a trap, but it's exciting too. So Aries, Connie. I'm a lot of Aries. I've got a lot of Aries in my chart. I'm a cusper. Aries, Taurus. I'm Taurus Sun, but I'm born on the cusp of Aries. Aries Moon, Aries Venus, Aries Mercury. Got a lot of Aries. In fact, I'm mostly Aries. Okay, tell us what we need to know, guides, about this tricky situation that we've got here and these choices, and how to make these choices and all of that. Cards don't want to come out, huh? Maybe because I'm a bit distracted. Ooh. The Mother of Fire. A beautiful card. Looks like a frog. The fire looks like a frog. The Mother of Fire. She tends the fire. She nurtures the gift of fire within your life and helps it grow. That's the passion. Nurturing that passion and helping it grow. Feeling more. And we're going to be in our fields. And the Three of Air. The Three of Swords. But this deck is just different. So I'll have to read it out while I'm getting to know it. This would be the Heartbreak card, but it probably isn't in this deck. Three of Air, Scrying. It represents finding the truth by looking at something with different eyes or from a different point of view. Just as a reflective scrying surface, if you know what scrying is, it's like when you stare at water or a crystal ball, similar. A reflective surface and see things in it. Just as a reflective scrying surface is different than a mirror and shows hidden yet significant information, so we find unperceived yet important truths when looking at something through a different lens. We need to have a really open mind at the moment and see things from all angles. Incorporating extra actions or attending to other considerations enhances some divination practices or considerations. It's like asking different questions of the cards, asking it from a different point of view can reveal a lot. So what I try and do in the pick a card reads is come at it from different angles to get that information. Hey, that past, present, future pick a card read that I did on Monday was very popular. Huh. So we need to look at things from lots of different perspectives. Nurture the fire within us, that passion, that excitement stuff, but we need to look at the details. We need to watch and listen carefully. It's saying the same thing, but it's saying it slightly differently. Like, yeah, look at things from many different perspectives, asking different questions than you used to asking. Leo with Pisces rising. Huh. Yeah, it's an interesting combo. Gemini rising. Don't much connect with Gemini, apart from being the messenger. Many tarot readers, Gemini rising. Because we're the messengers, the communicators. Maiden of Earth. She's happy, she's having fun, she's not taking the weight of the world on her shoulders. That's what I'm getting from this. The Maiden of Earth. She takes a place among the new blossoms of the field. She brings a sense of lightness and gratitude, a joyful appreciation and celebration of everyday blessings. She's taking it very lightly. Hey, Arabella. Maiden of Earth. She's taking it lightly, so this is not too heavy, right? Yes, we've got to watch and listen carefully. Yes, it's an important decision, but it's not a heavy decision. And there again, there's that, whatever this crap is that's coming with this decision, it isn't necessarily your responsibility. You might have to put up with it, people's muggle perspectives about it, but it's not necessarily your responsibility. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the energy update today was saying that got some kind of news coming in about a relationship and it's causing trouble. And it seems to have something to do with people thinking that previous relationships or someone's past has got something to do with you just because you're in a relationship with somebody now. And it doesn't. A relationship is about two people in the present moment. And so somebody's past relationship was about them and them together. Nothing about us right now. Nothing about that. Yet a lot of people tend to think that it does have something to do with them. A lot of people can say things like, that external person wrecked that relationship, and that cannot be true. It cannot possibly be true because a relationship is between two people. It's solely their responsibility. Now, I'm not saying that there are external factors. There are external factors. But if that relationship is solid, no external factor is going to disrupt it. It is still, even if you can't blame the storm, you can't blame the war, you can't blame someone else. A relationship is either surviving, thriving, or it's falling apart. And that is completely down to the people involved in it. And so that was the message that I was getting, is that there's a lot of projection going on and handing of responsibilities that just aren't to take. So we can take it lightly, even though it's an important decision and there is going to be crap coming from it, because muggles will always hurl crap at us. You can treat this lightly and nurture that fire within yourself. Look at things from different perspectives. What else? Thanks, Arabella. Join our community on Facebook. I just copy that message and then forget to put it out. Well, look who we have here. It's Uranus, I think. Wow, I opened it at the right page. It is, it's Uranus. Crazy genius of the skies. He promises exciting times. Things can be exciting for many different reasons, right? We should be ready to expect the unexpected from life and from ourselves. Now there was a message about expectations too in the energy update. Expectations could be causing us trouble. Do not expect the surrounding cards to provide much detail about the particulars. That's the point of this experience, not knowing what's coming. Right, so this is a light decision in a way, because if you're taking it heavily, it's of confirmation, full confirmation, but it's an exciting new chapter, says Uranus. Thank you, Emma. The events heralded by Uranus serve to break us out of ruts and inspire our inner genius. Rules are broken willy-nilly, and originality and insight ensue. Bring your wisdom with you. Freed from bonds of stagnation, boundaries, and Anui. Independence, innovation, and idealism are the new normal. New normal. Exciting times. Thanks, Em. Wow. Okay. This is good. So not so much trepidation here. Now, it could just be that this is like a really good relationship and people react to that. We've had that message for a long time. There's going to be jealousy, especially in the deeper dives that's been coming through. There's going to be jealousy around good relationships. There always is. There always is. So it could just be that. Could be more. I need to approach this with wisdom and know that people are going to have those muggle perspectives and just put up with it kind of thing. Eight of Earth, there it is again, the Eight of Pentacles. Things, the hard work that we've put in, or the work that we've been putting in, is starting to pay off now. Oh, the Eight of Earth. Is about air creatures in this deck. Asks you to reach higher, stretch further, and dream bigger. Whatever it is you're attempting, it's not even close to what's potentially possible. Slough off whatever baggage is holding you earthbound. Make yourself as light as possible by letting go of doubts and focusing on what you know is possible. Wow, what a strong message. Make yourself as light as possible, like this maiden of Earth, by letting go of doubts and focusing on what you know is possible. So we're creating this. This isn't about like asking the cards, is this relationship, is it going to work out? Is it going to be long term? Is it going to be mostly gift and less of the challenges? And these cards are saying you've got to look at that from a different, be asking different questions than that. Seeing its potential and knowing that you can make it so, because relationships are about that. It's about, we have to take responsibility of relationships. It's about relating. It's about two people relating. None of them are just going to work out by themselves without relationship skills, without communication, without us working on it. It's not. It's totally down to the investment of two people in that relationship. So you can make it to be something by putting that work in. You can get the results from this relationship. So it could be an exciting start and you taking it lightly and you saying, yes, I'm committed to this. I'm committed to putting that work in. If they're committed to putting the work in, I'm committed to putting the work in too. Let's do this thing and let's make a really good relationship because we've got what it takes. We've got the wisdom and the passion. Nurture that passion, Mother of Fire. Potential for this exciting new beginning. We don't know where it's going to go. We don't know if we're going to be able to create this magnificent relationship, but we'll give it a red hot go. How different is that from marriage vows? Marriage vows is kind of like saying, I've already mastered relationships, I will stay with you forever, and this is going to work out. We all should yell in the churches, bullshit, you're not a master yet. Much better to say, hey, I've got baggage. I'm not a master of relationships yet, but I'm willing to give this a red hot go if you are. And let's try and master this thing together. Makes perfect sense, Jessica. Awesome. Nailed it. Well, this is exciting. Very down to earth kind of make a choice. 7 of I Ching. Yin exists within yang, yang within yin. Ooh. Masculine and feminine. I was listening to Wonder Girl astrology in the middle of the night last night because I woke up. And she mentioned Venus and Mars and the pull between them because the masculine and the feminine, they want to be together. Now I'm getting that from this. Yin exists within yang and yang within yin. The answer lies within your question. Examine what you're asking and find the wisdom and guidance that dwells there. Maybe you're asking the wrong questions. Yeah, because a lot of people do that, like asking me questions for readings like, is this the person for me? Well, it's a person that you could have a relationship with, right? And you could make it into a good relationship. Or you could not put the work in, or they could not put the work in. It's like saying, is this job going to make me, or is this business going to make me $1 million? Only if you put the work in. You got to ask the right questions. There's an element here of us not asking the right questions about relationships. Not having a wise perspective on it. And it's definitely about the work put in him. 8 of Pentacles. We need to recognize that things will only work. There isn't some kind of a magical business. It's only magical if you work it. Right? Same with the relationships. Let's do some mini reads anyway. How intriguing. Starting with Arabella. Arabella. High self-guidance reading. Remember to put cues in at the start of your comments, guys. It saves me a lot of kind of time searching through comments. Sometimes it's quiet like this and it's not too bad. I can do it, but it doesn't make for a very good show and I'm just like this, trying to find stuff. Arabella, let's get some high self-guidance for you. Freedom and work. Freedom. Very important, isn't it? It is to me anyway. Freedom and work. I don't want to be tied down by work. Does anybody really? You have to factor it in. Just like I was saying. Business just isn't, successful by itself. You've got to put the work in, right? And to put the right work in, you've got to put the smart work in. So you've got to do things that are actually going to benefit you, heading in the right direction. The right direction for you is having freedom in your work. So that's important. Setting things up so that you are free like that. You've got freedom. It's like since I changed my business, my private readings, to only promise them within 48 hours instead of 24 hours, that's given me so much more freedom. So much more freedom. I'm much more in control of my life like that. So you might need to be making decisions like that. Or it could be you making decisions about business or how you're thinking about getting into business. That is seeing it from the wrong perspective because you're seeing it from a perspective of being tied down, and that will make you resistant to it and not want to get in. You won't want to start. So So if you see it as being rigid and not having freedom, so this seems to be asking for you to change your mind about your work and factor in that freedom factor. The freedom factor is very important, otherwise you're going to resist doing it. Of course. It's like when we get offered a job, there's that excitement about it, but then there's that, oh, I'm going to have to go to work. Be still, keep quiet, detachment. So it is very much a mind shift that you're going through at the moment, Arabella. And the quieter you are, so meditation or just focusing on other things, not really thinking about it, it's going to be easier to get the clarity on this freedom thing in your work if you don't think about it. Because it's more about detaching from the stuff that isn't you. You know, that feeling of dread. Oh, yeah, I've got a job, but oh God, I'm gonna have to go to work 5 days a week. That kind of thing. It's more from detaching from that dread. So if you give yourself the space and to not think about it, you're going to naturally gravitate toward thoughts of freedom. Or in other words, if you give yourself your freedom now from thinking about how it is you're going to do it, or should you do it like this, then you already set yourself free. So you're going to be attracting the right freedom thoughts. That's a good way of putting it. Thank you, Journey Art, as well. Emma. Love life guidance. Tower moment occurred during the last week. Love life guidance. And you want to be where you can bring your dogs with you. Yeah, freedom is many different things, right? It's just so important. I wouldn't do it. Hey, if anything that's made me feel trapped in this business, it just brings out my Aries side or Taurus side. I dig my heels in and I'm like, well, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it then. Even though it's my business. I can be a very good boss of myself. I can be very self-motivated. I'm very self-disciplined. But the moment something isn't working for me, or if it's causing me a bit of trouble, I turn into this stumpy foot teenager that I'm not doing it. Not even for myself, I'm not doing it. Your tower moment occurred. Oh, is this thought useful? Staying safe? Yikes, what was your tower moment? No, yeah, a feeling of safety. Unsafety, I mean. Scaring yourself. Scaring yourself with a thought. That's what this is saying. You're scaring yourself with a thought. It's like when we're getting to know someone. Say if you've had relationships previously with narcissists and had all the repercussions of that, which is really hard to get over. And then you meet new people and you think it's going well, and then the moment you see a narcissistic trait, which we will do because we've all got them, it scares you. It's that kind of thing. You've got a scary thought. The tower moment might not have been that scary, but you've got scary thoughts about it. It's like noticing that someone's got a red flag, and then and then telling yourself a story, imagining that they've got a whole army of people behind them carrying red flags, and yeah, it's that kind of thing. Not necessarily true. It's not useful anyway for you. Let go and flow. Get what I want. The red flags, are the red flags true? I just need to find that out. It feels to me like a red flag was true. Is red flag's true? No. It feels like a red flag was true, but then you made it into bigger red flag than it actually is, and you scared yourself with it. Let go and flow and get what you want. So you don't need to figure this out. You don't need to sort it out. There's nothing to do here apart from kind of let go of those scary thoughts. You don't need to defend yourself here. Just let go and flow. You will get what you want. It feels to me like your tower moment wasn't that towery, really. But your perspective, yeah, I get your perspective of it is. Anyway, don't scare yourself so much about it, because the thoughts that you're thinking about it are kind of terrorizing you at the moment. Let go and flow and trust that you are going to get what it is that you want in your love life. Danielle! Jenny Art. Thanks for your donation. What does your higher self want you to focus on right now in the 3D? Appreciating yourself and your intuition. That part of you that says, I knew that would happen. Like, I knew that person was like that. It's like when your friend says to you, oh my God, can you believe this person did this? And you say, yeah, I can believe it. Like, they were waving red flags around from the start. Like, intuitively, I knew they were trouble. Yes, of course I can believe it. How can you not believe it? Where was your intuition in that? You've got good intuition, and you need to appreciate that. Trust it. Because I feel like people around you don't. And maybe you haven't been. Because sometimes instead of trusting our intuition, especially when it's about people with shitty energy, we're like, no, I shouldn't be judgmental of them. We override that, and then we get a hard lesson from it. So don't do that. Watch out. People are trouble right now. And my idea, take the risk. This is slightly different energy. So you've got that one message about really trusting your intuition. It's good. You're applying it, maybe a little bit more than other people are applying their intuition around you, but you're getting confirmation that your intuition is good. So appreciate that and appreciate yourself. This is about an idea that you had, maybe a business idea or a work idea. It's requiring a risk, yeah. It doesn't have to be about work. I'm just told it could be like moving location or something like that, or place of residence. People. It involves a risk. Yeah, it is kind of connected to your intuition, in fact, and owning that idea. And it's not risky. From our Muggle perspectives, when we think, I am sole responsibility for everything that goes on, and if I make a decision and it all goes wrong, I've got to wear that because, I took the risk and I made that decision. It's all on me. That's a Muggle perspective because it's completely disregarding that we've got a higher self. If we get an idea through, it's been handed to us by our higher self. Unless we're in a complete state of fear. So you know based on the energy that you've got when you have the idea of whether something's coming from fear or whether it's like an inspired idea. If it's an inspired idea, there's nothing risky about it because your higher self is backing you up with that. That's not to say that there's not going to be challenges in it. Of course there will be. Everything is always a mixture of gift and challenge, but those hard lesson things, like when we ignore our intuition about someone having shitty energy and we give them the benefit of the doubt and they steal from us or something like that. There are hard lessons like that, but that's not this situation. This situation is you thinking that it's more risky to do something in the 3D because you're taking too much responsibility for it and not recognizing it. Oh no, this was an idea, a divine idea that's handed to me by my higher self, which means my higher self is backing me up on this. They've led me to it. It means they're backing me up on this. And so the risky thing to actually do would be to ignore that. So I'm presuming that you've had no idea. People have been shitty around you. Yeah, there's a lot of shittiness around at the moment. It seems to be a bigger divide than ever, right? Between people. I've noticed that. Cool. Well, there you go. If anyone else wants a mini read, get them in, batch them up. I'll do another batch shortly. I need to put those cards back. And let's get some more tarot out. I want to use these ones today and carry on with this story, because this is the tarot of the miserable ladies, as I call it. They're not all miserable in here, but there's certainly enough miserable ladies for it to give us a lot of clarity for situations like this. Let's put it that way. It's not like the good tarot. I just can't even bring myself to buy that good tarot, because tarot is only good because it's got everything in it, because it's got the bad stuff in it too. Oracle decks can tend not to be that useful for divination purposes, because a lot of them tend to be a little bit twee and a little bit too positive. Can't get the full picture in decks like that. You've got to have it all in there to get the right answers, right? Which is why those little cards are so good for me to use. Anyway, let's use this deck. Tell us more about this. So let's go back through it. We've got watch and listen carefully, and we've got patience. So really pay attention to what people are saying and doing from their perspectives, not projecting what we would mean by that. Eight of Pentacles, because our hard work is paying off kind of thing, or we do need to put some work into this for it to pay off. So yeah, are we going to invest into this or not? Page of Pentacles, some information coming through. There's some action being taken or something actually tangible coming through. It's very exciting. Knight of Wands, but there's some kind of a trap here. You're believing that there's a trap. So the decision feels weightier than it actually is what it feels like. Nurturing the fire within us with the Mother of Fire there. Three of Air was saying, I can't remember. To look at things from different perspectives, maybe asking different questions about it. The Maiden of Earth says, this is lighter than you think. It's not such a heavy decision. Uranus backside up saying, yeah, this is an exciting new start. Just go into it. And the work that you put into it is going to provide the outcome. So it's not like something's set in stone and it's just going to work out. It depends if you put the work in. And the Seven of Air is about the masculine and feminine. There's a strong pull between masculine and feminine at the moment. In the process of opening a spiritual retreat center. Cool. Yeah, go for it. Take that risk, because it's not that risky. Right, we've got the Moon, which is feminine energy. She's in her feels there. I'm going to read this one out. The Moon from this deck. But then we've got the feminine, then we've got the Emperor, the masculine energy. Moon. The moon is beguiling and magical. It can reveal amazing mysteries. However, wandering around in the moonlight in an unknown environment is dangerous, as its light conceals more than it reveals. In such a landscape, it's easy for the mind to see monsters and fears where they may not exist. An uncertain situation both fraught with deception while revealing important truths. So you might be in your feels, feminines, at the moment because of that. Things aren't clear. You like them to be clear. You like the messages to be clear, not mixed like this. Not mixed saying, well, it's going to work out if you put the work in. What's the work? Well, you can create it, like that. It's just all very real, this. Life is what you're going to create it. The decision isn't set in stone kind of thing. You make a decision to invest in something based on what you know of the situation and what you can see of it and what has been revealed of it, but it's still, you're creating it from here. It's not the end, it's just the beginning of a journey. And then the Emperor. The Emperor is the one that everyone wants to be in charge. Masculine stepping up and taking some control, some charge now. No matter if the group is planning a party, fundraiser, or a political event, the right leader makes all the difference. The Emperor has to take the lead now. The Emperor will organize and delegate, making sure that the resources and skills are employed in the most efficient possible way. The masculine needs to step up and take the lead now. No more of the Empress doing that, taking the masculine. In other words, remember how we've been told so much about codependency lately? The Empress has got to stop doing that. You're not an Empress if you're still doing that stuff. Taking that masculine lead, stepping in for the masculine, doing it for them. Don't do it. The masculine has to create order. They have to take responsibility for stuff and take the lead in it now. So it feels like the news, this Page of Pentacles, is coming from the masculine because they're taking the lead in something, they're owning something. So if you've got a masculine that hasn't been owning something yet and they haven't been stepping forward, you need to wait for them to do that because it's very important for them to do that. But they've got a pull of the feminine to do that. And what's the pull from the masculine to the feminine? She wants certainty. The feminine wants certainty. She needs the masculine to step up and be the emperor so she feels safe. That's what it is. There's so many unknowns. There's only so much she can do with her intuition, right? The moon. She needs him to step up and take the lead so that it's more, it's safer. It's that whole thing about what's the masculine? The masculine is supposed to take care of the feminine, to protect her so that she can be in the feminine energy, right? We haven't had a lot of masculines doing that because women wanted equal rights. So the masculine turned around and said, oh, well, you be the masculine then. And we're like, what the hell? Okay, we'll do it and we can do it, but nobody's happy when we do that. Imagine if men did the same thing. We want equal rights. Oh, well, be women then. Imagine that. Oh, Lord. And all the men going around pretending to be women so that they can just have rights. It makes no sense. Six of Chalices, learning from the past. It's the card of reminiscing. We're having a tea party here. Isn't that funny? Tea party. Like if kids were like pretending to be adults, I don't know. I wasn't having tea parties with my friends. Anyway, tea party. Six of Cups. And this deck. This deck is much more like the traditional tarot, but it is slightly different. These people are totally in the moment. They're not aware of it yet, but they're creating a memory. A snapshot of their hearts that will bring them happiness and perhaps even comfort in the future. Happy memories. Creating happy memories. Being in the moment. You know how I was saying before that our responsibilities for relationships are just the relationships that we're in the moment. It's that. Happy memories. When we are in the moment. I hate cicada season. Can you hear them? They're terrible. They start so early. The sun comes up and they just start screaming and then they scream all day. I hate it. It hurts my head. Seems seems to come around so fast too. Each year. 7 of chalices. Confusion over decisions to make. Again, feminine wants clarity. She wants answers. She wants yes or no. She wants it to be black and white. And it's not. Why is it not? Because the masculine hasn't yet stepped forward to give her that peace of mind. The 7 of Cups. The world is full of opportunities and we're full of potential. As this young woman now knows, the imagination is a great gift, for through it we can experience all possible futures and thereby commit to one and manifest it in our lives. There it is again, manifest it in our lives. So it's our dreams and desires. We can actually create it, but we've got to make those good choices for ourselves. But not just good choices for ourselves. So that we commit to something and then we put the work in, then the work starts to actually create it to be actually good by putting that work in. It's not a given for either. We're creating new kinds of relationships now. King of Swords is all about clarity, having a lot of clarity. And the Magician, so we can actually manifest it now. Like I said, it's not a given. We get to manifest it now. We've got to be in it. I have to work it. Wow. It's just the start of things. Just the start. The Devil's on the bottom of the deck there, but it didn't come out. The World is on the other bottom of the deck, the bottom of the other deck. Big things happening at the moment. I want to get some romance cards out. Let's do both of these. And tell us anything more about this work that needs to be put in, or the situation. We obviously need to be in the moment at the moment. In the moment at the moment. To decide whether we want to commit to something or not. It's going to be mixed. It's not all going to be good. And so you do need to decide, am I willing to put up with the flip side, the dark side, the challenges that come along with this? Am I going to be in it for the long term? Am I committed enough to this to put in the work that is going to be required for the long term? Is it worth it for me? Is the payoff there? Should I commit to this? This is what we are asking ourselves at the moment. And if you're good at commitment, so if you've been committing to yourself, if you've been doing the self-love thing and you've been choosing very wisely of what to commit to in your life, like in your work or health or anything really, you just got into that groove of self-love and you're choosing very wisely what to commit to and saying no to committing to other things, and then this is going to be easier. The caution card again, so beware of what it is that you're committing to. Like, you need to be aware of the flip side of it and take off those rose-tinted glasses that have you thinking that it's pretending that it's just going to work out. You know, it's like warning signs. Is this my soulmate? Well, what do you mean by that? That question, is that asking, are you trying to ask, is this the perfect person for me that's not going to give me any trouble? Because there's no such thing as that. We've got to get out of that magical Disney thinking. But if we are committing to something, then we need to trust it. Then we need to go in with full trust that we can create it, which is why it's so important that we need to choose someone that's stepping up. The Emperor steps up. He has to. He has to show that he's taking the lead and that he's going to take control of this situation to show that he's invested in it. Investment is slightly different from the feminine than it is from the masculine. But once we've got that buy-in, once we've got that commitment from both parties, then you need to trust. So then it's like, once you're in it, you're in it. No more doubt and fear and all of that kind of stuff. To put that aside and just be totally present and totally in it. Well, we could be getting closer to this union with this kind of straight talking from the guides. Using and wild abandon. Using. Huh. You know what I'm picking up from this is what got us to this point now of clarity that we're at is all of the crap that we've been through, right? All those lessons that we've had. It's almost like every past relationship, you've kind of used them to get the wisdom to get to the point that you're at right now. Even more of a good reason to leave the past in the past now, to kind of draw a line in the sand and go, it's onwards and upwards from here. I get it now. I'm going to invest wisely and choose wisely. And then once I've chosen, I'm going to put everything into that. I'm going to be fully committed to it and put everything I've got into it. So all of these X's, one after another, using them to get to the point where you're at now. Wild abandon. So you've got to throw yourself into it, like fully naked. Throw yourself into it, wild abandon. Being fully present now, like the maiden of earth. It's not just taking the decision lightly, it's throwing yourself in with wild abandon. Once you're in, it's no like, oh yeah, well I'm going to say yes to it, but I'm still guarded and I'm not really, I'm going to keep my doubt and I'm going to be wary. I'm going to mess this up from the inside. Because that's what we'd do if we went in with that kind of thing. You have to be certain. You're going to have to be certain of this and go all in. Ooh. Wait. Okay. Loneliness. It can't come from this place. If it comes from this place of loneliness, us trying to find someone, it can't come from that place. Because that's the kind of energy that gets us into stuff that is not good for us. We put up with anything just to get into it. Careful of that. And also, if we're in that lonely kind of an energy and we're trying to find someone just to be with, then we'll find someone that's going to make us feel lonely in that relationship. Someone that doesn't message us, someone that doesn't have, hasn't got that investment, doesn't take the lead, leaves us making all the effort kind of thing. It makes us feel even more lonely. So be careful of that. Motivating factors. Be sure of your motivating factors here. We've got decisions to be made, obviously, and this is what the guides are talking about, how to make that good decision in relationships, knowing what you're letting yourself into here, and are you really committed? Are you ready to go all in on something with wild abandon and to trust? Are you going to choose it and commit to it? You might want to take your time making this decision. Don't be rushed into it. Especially if someone else is coming from this point of view of loneliness as well. See the red flags in other people. Don't just apply this to yourself, apply it to them too. Proceed with caution before you go ahead and trust. So it's caution all the way, in doubt and all of that kind of stuff until you make that decision. And once you've made that decision, you need to be all in on it. So interesting, right? So there you go. Thank you everyone for coming along. Let's do this all over again on Friday, 2 days time, and see where we're at then. My friends have started coming out of quarantine now. 2 days ago. Got to see her yesterday for the first time. Saw her twice. That was good. I think there's quite a few people yesterday, today coming out. Ireland's picking up now. We've got tourists here. That's exciting. So yeah, have a great day, everybody. Have a great couple of days, and I will see you here in 2 days' time. Thanks for coming along. Don't forget, join our community there on Facebook. There's the link to it. And yeah, I'll see you all on Friday.